Hello, YouTube. I'm back. I know it's been a little while since I posted anything, maybe a few weeks to a month, I think. Not entirely sure, but I'm back. Well, I'm hoping will be a series of videos that will be... I'm sorry, I'm going to switch my TV off because I've just realised that it's pretty much reflecting in my glasses. So what I hope will be continuously updated videos, and these are going to be on mine and my other half's Lego minifigure collection, which is something we originally started doing. Despite that fact, it has actually grown to quite a size, and I even have we even set up a system for us for what we do with our duplicate minifigures or any extra parts that we get in, like mixed boxes of Lego, whatever it is that we buy. So I've tried as best I can to separate these by theme, and we are going to start off with my rather modest collection of Lego Star Wars minifigures. Starting with, what better place to start than Chewie. There he is. I'm trying to find the best way to see. I've never done this before, so I'm trying to find the best way to hold these. Yeah. What was it? He's got printing on his legs there. He's got the printing. He's got the bandolier, which goes on the back and the fur. So yeah. Chewie. And then we have this other Wookiee that I got, and it's, at first when I first saw it in the charity shop I thought, oh, it's Chewie, and then I looked a bit closer and I thought, oh no, that's not Chewie, it's nowhere near Chewie, because it's, sorry, I'm trying to focus it for you a little bit, focus, because it hasn't got the bandolier detailing around the middle, so that was how I knew it wasn't Chewie. Sorry. Yeah, got a bit of a winter cold thing going on. Next up we have Luke Skywalker, Farm Boy Luke, with the leg printing, which is really nice. I've seen other people do this and the camera focuses, mine just doesn't want to focus, but yeah. It's got the thing, the belt on his middle, the leg printing, it's even got back printing, which is really nice. And the hairpiece. Well, and of course he's also got double-sided head. So, yeah. Following on from Luke, we have old Ben Kenobi. And rather bizarrely, he's only got a one-sided head, not a two-sided head. But nevertheless, he does have some very subtle back printing there, if you can see that. And he also has leg printing, quite nice leg printing. So, yeah. And we have, from my advent calendar from this year, my Christmas Jawa minifig. This Christmas jumper on, which is in fact double-sided. You've got some units and things, some R2 units and things in the back of there. What else? We've got Darth Vader, and this is one of the newer Darth Vaders with the two-piece helmet, as you can see, as opposed to the one-piece the classic Darth Vader minifigs used to have. He's even got arm printing. Don't know how well you can see that. I am doing my best here. Yep, there we go. Leg printing. And back printing, and of course his cape. And then I've got two Stormtroopers, regular Stormtroopers. These are, of course, and one of these is a male Stormtrooper. Of course, I've got back printing and leg printing on both of them. Hold him by his head there for a minute. And they've both only got one-sided heads. So that's the male Stormtrooper. And then I've got, under this helmet, a female Stormtrooper. I love that. I again should have got one-sided head, but I do love that fact. Oh god, sorry. Again, it's the same torso, leg and back printing. Nice detailing on the helmet too. I've then got, I believe these are like Night Troopers or Death Troopers. I've got this one. These came in the battle pack. I've got this one. And of course the nice thing about these is they all have zombie heads. Oh, I didn't realise it was printing on the back of the head. That's quite nice. And again, these have got leg, torso and back printing, and of course the helmets are printed quite nicely. I've then got this one, which has a grey helmet. It's going to a lot of those Night Trooper or Death Troopers. Again, zombie head. I've heard this one's got a different coloured helmet. Torso, leg and back printing. I also have a sort of slightly classic, although not entirely classic, clone Snow Trooper. And again, he just has the one side to his head. And he also has the torso printing and back printing, but on this one, because it's a slightly older one, no leg printing. I also have a Tusken Raider, who does have some leg printing there. The torso, the head, of course it's just like one piece, and then the back printing. And this is of course one of the more modern Tusken Raiders, because the classic Tusken Raider minifig does like a yellow head, a standard yellow minifig head. Sort of yellowish minifig head with like Tusken Raider design printing on it. I then have Episode 6, Jabba's Palace, Jabba's, sort of Sarlacc pit, Han Solo. He does have a two-sided head, nice hairpiece, no back printing, but there is some nice front printing. And yes, he does have a double-sided head. But the other side is like him frozen in carbonite and asleep. So, yeah. I then have two Rebel Troopers. They're the same back printing, same front printing, same head printing. Yes, they do have a double-sided head. I'm only going to show you one of these because they're the same. So, yep. And oh, his hat moved around. They don't stay on very well, those hats. Everyone else got that problem. I then have Captain Antilles. And again, he does have a double-sided head. Nice torso printing, and back printing, also leg printing. I then have two Han Solos who look very similar, but actually they're different. They're both from Millennium Falcon microfighters. This one here is from 2014, and this one I believe was from like 2017 or 2020, a later reissue. But other than that, the only piece on these that is different in any way is the hairpiece. Other than that, it's literally the same minifig, all the same parts, just recycled right down to the legs. So, yeah. I also have two of these, what are they called? Night Troopers, Death Troopers, and again they both have zombie heads. 1, 2. They've also got very nice torso, leg, and back printing, and of course the helmets are also really quite nice. I then have the 25 years of Lego Star Wars special anniversary edition of ARC Trooper 5s. Great printing, even arm printing on this one. Look at that. And the helmet's done really nicely. The pauldron could do with a bit of work. Nice back printing too, and I'll just show you his head. There it is, just like 5, so I think it's the Clone Wars TV show, isn't it? So, yep. I also have talking of Jabba's sailboat, I have a skiff guard. Yep. Nice back and front torso printing, a little bit of leg printing on there as well, top of the leg. And the head is very nice with this little detail on the back of like 3 pipes or whatever they are. Yeah. Then I also have two 3POs. I have a standard 3PO, which is a much more modern one because it's slightly pearlescent, and it's got the leg printing on it, and the torso printing is nice with the nice multicoloured wires and the bright yellow eyes and the lovely back printing. And then I have this one, which came out of my Lego Star Wars Advent calendar this year, which is Red Eye C-3PO with silver accents on his legs, really nicely multicoloured wires, again arm printing. The other one have arm printing. No arm printing on that on the regular kind of 3PO, but this one does have arm printing on it, which is really nice. and the leg printing, of course, and the back printing. Oh, I didn't show you the back of that 3PO, did I? Whoops. There it is. That's the regular 3PO, that's the red eye 3PO. They do look pretty much the same. So, yeah. That's Lego Star Wars. I'm just going to put these all back. Now, obviously, I'm a bit multifaceted when it comes to Lego minifigures. My other half... sorry, my other half, she... good God, my throat, I'm so sorry. I'm just getting over a cold. My other half, she collects more or less one particular theme when it comes to the Lego minifigures. I collect pretty much any theme I can get my hands on, as will be demonstrated later on. Which is why I was kind of very tricky to separate these by theme, because, yeah, there are so many different themes in there that if I tried to separate them all, I would have had to spend an hour doing that before I could even start filming. So next up we'll do my other half's minifigures, and there are not very many of these to go through, but there are still a few. And her theme she collects specifically is Harry Potter, because we are both big Harry Potter fans, and she decided she would zero in on the Harry Potter minifigures. And so we have, starting with Hermione from the Lake Task set, which means that the reverse side of her head is... oh, come on, is Sleepy Hermione from She's Under the Lake. And then we've got this lovely torso printing. Is there any printing on the legs? Not really, because these ones clearly probably. No, but we've got the nice printing on the torso, on the front of the torso, and then if you can see that, there is some very subtle printing on the back. So that's nice. Then we've also got from that same set, Ron from Under the Lake. Same torso printing there, same back printing, sort of. Got the hood. I think the hood was on Hermione, you just can't see it because it's under her hair. Yeah, there you go. That's Hermione, has got the hood on, you just can't see it because it's literally buried under her hair. But it is nice that Lego actually put it there. And then also if we take Ron's hair off, you can see that again underneath he has got the sleepy head on the reverse side. In case you wanted to put him obviously under the lake, because that's the set that he comes from. And these have actually got the mid-sized legs, not the tiny little legs, but the mid-sized ones. Also from that same set, we have, here he is, Harry from the Lake Task, where he's got his kind of gill slits, and then on the other side of his head is just Angry Harry with gill slits. No arm printing on this one, which does surprise me, because, yeah. So yeah, but nice printing, nice back printing, where it actually says there Potter. You can make that out, I don't know if you can. Sorry, the lighting in my room that I use at studio is atrocious, but it does say Potter, trust me. So, yep. Also from that same set, we have Victor Crumb from the Lake Task with his bright red legs. And of course, on his other side of his head, he actually has the big tongue, because he actually comes with his shark head, which unfortunately I don't have to. Actually, I might do. Sorry, yes, my other halves. So my other half has a... oh, sorry, that's a spoiler for later on, but he does in fact have his shark head. So if I spin his head round and pop this on, you've now got Shark Crumb. So you can have that Crumb if you want to, go in with his shark head, which is why he's got the massive tongue on one side of his head, because it was designed to go with the shark to make it look like a little bit more scary. You will see where I pulled that from a little bit later, because I don't want to give anything away right now. So I'm just going to got hair on my finger. I'm going to pop that back. Victor Crumb. And finally, from that same set, the last one from that set is the Merperson, who looks horrible. I can't remember if she does have a double-sided, kind of neutral face, or her screaming face, and most of the time they were screaming their heads off. That's why my other half said, put it round like that, because most of the time that's what they're doing, they're screaming their little heads off. I love that she's got her tail, which is really nice, some nice back printing in there, some nice front printing. They've even given a kind of, sort of says, but little boobies, but sorry. Just noticing the details on this. I love the hair. So yes, that's the Merperson. Moving on, we have Harry Potter Harry Potter from the flying car set, which I bought and built, and then I bought and built it a few months ago. My other half was away at a show thing she does, and but then when she decided she was going to start collecting Harry Potter minifigures, I very kindly donated them to her, gave them to her. So there's Harry. And from that same set we have, where's he gone? Ron. Unfortunately his wand isn't broken, but yeah, and these are on the small tiny legs. Because again they're from Chamber of Secrets, so they're supposed to still be quite young, so that does make sense. Nice back printing on that as well. And yes, they do have double-sided heads. I just didn't show you them. We also have another Ron on tiny legs, although I don't quite know where this one's from. Although there is some debate that this could be. No, this is definitely a Ron Weasley. I did originally think, is this like a Grey from Jurassic World? But no, I definitely think this is a Ron. But I'm not sure which set it's from. But yeah, so Ron. And then we have the one she got so far from her advent calendar this year. I think she's just missing one more. So we have Christmas Harry Potter with his Christmas jumper on there. I dropped it. We have Christmas Angelina Johnson, who's on the mid-sized leg. Harry's on the tiny little legs, and Angelina Johnson's on the mid-sized legs. I don't get that. Anyway, Angelina Johnson. We have Christmas Cho Chang, who again is on the mid-sized legs. Yeah. We have Christmas... Who is this one? Penelope Clearwater? I want to say it was Penelope Clearwater. Christmas Penelope Clearwater, I think it is. I'm not exactly too sure. Hang on. I can check, because I've got this app on my phone where we're keeping all our Lego minifigures calendared. Or catalogued is the word I'm looking for. Not calendared. Catalogued. Collection. Searching collection. Harry Potter. Luna Lovegood. That's Luna Lovegood. Penelope Clearwater. I'm a dipstick. I'm sorry. I'm going to start that again. Christmas Luna Lovegood. Who was on the tiny little legs, which kind of makes sense because she was, yeah. So that's Christmas Luna Lovegood. Why don't I think that was Penelope Clearwater? I'm such a dipstick. Christmas Hannah Abbott. This is definitely Hannah Abbott. And of course, their jumpers are because their jumpers represent their houses, which I think is really cool. Christmas Blaze Zabini, obviously in green for Slytherin. And finally, and of course, this little guy had to be in there. Christmas Draco Malfoy. So that's my other halves Lego minifigures. She decided to collect literally only Harry Potter, so we do try, and whenever we're on like charity shops and things, we do look, and sometimes we find mixed boxes of Lego, and we get lucky, and sometimes, we don't. So yeah, that's all I've got to say on that one, really. So that's the Harry Potter stuff. Now I'm coming back to my Lego minifigures, and I'm going to do pretty much what is, I think, my smallest sub-theme of my collection, which is Scooby-Doo. So we have... I've already forgotten the names. Hold on a minute. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to keep my phone down here, aren't I? In case I forget the names. Because if I forget the names, there's no point showing the figures. Right, collection. Searching collection. It does have Scooby-Doo here somewhere. Scooby-Doo! Hasn't put him in here, but I'll mention that. Anyway, we have Dr. Najib, or the Mummy. She actually does have her human face on the other side, which I thought was amazing, because obviously they do spin them round. They do sort of find out who they are at the end, don't they? So it's him, not her. There's a moustache. And he's got his human face on the other side. I love that. So yeah, there's Dr. Najib / the Mummy from Scooby-Doo. We then have, this guy kind of reminds me of the Creeper, but this is Zombie or Zeke. And no, he doesn't have his human face on the side of his head, but it does sort of remind me of the Creeper. I think the Creeper had hair, didn't he? So anyway, Zombie or Zeke, there he is. We also have two Shaggies, but they are totally different Shaggies, believe it or not. Well, the torsos are mainly the same, but it's the faces that are different. So this guy has that face, okay? Shaggy has that face and that face. Okay. Whereas this Shaggy over here has a different head because it has this face and he has that face. So they are actually two different Shaggys because one of them has an open mouth neutral face and the other one has a closed mouth neutral face. I'll just show you that again so you can see. So yeah, totally different. And then of course I have two Scoobies, and again these are actually different Scoobies because if you see that side of the mouth it's the same. Then if I swap to the other side of their mouth you can see this Scooby's got a closed mouth and this Scooby's got little chattering teeth. So they are two entirely different Scooby figures. And the last one I've got is actually my most valuable Scooby-Doo minifigure, valued by this app at £25. Fred Jones. And I do believe he has a double head. Yes, he does. There you go, screamy head. But I like Tough Fred. Why he's worth so much, I don't know. But I can tell you I'm glad to have him. So the last of my sub-themes, we're going to the box that just contains every other theme, is superheroes. And oh boy, there are a lot of them. So, I'm just trying to make sure I've got all of a particular set here, so I haven't missed any. I did do my best before I started recording this to make sure I had all of these sub-themed off. So we're going to start with this Spider-Man, which I got in a box of mixed Lego, and it is a Miles Morales Spider-Man. And he's on the medium-sized legs, which I think is quite a nice little touch. I then have another Miles Morales Spider-Man from the recent collectible minifigure CMF series. I picked all of these ones up in all of these Spider-Man CMF series. I picked them all up, all 12 up, in the Smith's Toys. It's local to me. From that same series, I then have sod it. I've already forgotten which. Hold on. So I've just done the Miles Morales Spider-Man, haven't I? Which is just labelled as Spider-Man in this series. I then have Spider-Man India. We then have Cyborg Spider-Woman. The other idea is actually a woman. I didn't show you the backs of those, did I? I think I should. He's got like a spider on his back, of course, yeah. And he's got that one. Was Spider-Man India or what? I don't remember. We've then got Spider-Bite. We've then got Prowler. Whose cape has just flicked the wrong way around. I'm sorry, that's what it should look like at the back. Oh, that's the back of Spider-Bite, by the way. I keep forgetting to show you the backs of these things. What I like about their legs is they're slightly pearlescent. Can you see that? Try and go over this. We then have Spider-Gwen. Love the hood. The hood is actually a totally separate piece, by the way, just like a giant hat. We then have where is he? He's here somewhere, I promise you. Hold on, let me find him. Spider-Man 2099, who has a bizarre plastic cape. First time I've ever seen like a plastic cape on these figures, but yeah, there he is, Spider-Man 2099. We then have Sun Spider, who is poor bloke's on crutches. See that? He's on crutches, the poor bloke. I do love his backwards cap though with a spider on it. I do love that. Done Spider-Bite. We then have Spider-Man, and I love this, Baby Mayday Parker. This is basically, I think this is like Peter Parker Spider-Man with Baby Mayday Parker at the front there. Look at that. It's so cute. And then we have the... Whoop. His hat came off. Shooting, darn it. I'm speaking like that because this is Web Slinger Spider-Man. It's like a kind of Wild West Spider-Man. And then the last one from that set, actually there's two more, sorry. There's Spider-Punk as well, which is Spider-Punk. Forgot about Spider-Punk. That's the back of Web Slinger Spider-Man. No printing around. Oh no, there is printing around there. Printing like a waistcoat. And then, sorry, this is the last one. Werewolf Spider-Man. I love this one. I love his tail. Look at his tail. And then we have Wakanda Forever Black Panther. I found this in a massive box of mixed Lego we got from the charity shop the other day, and I could not believe my luck when I found it. So I just saw that he's still got the little sort of crowny headpiece thing. I could not believe my luck. Incredible. I've also got Captain America. Also got, unfortunately, this guy's got no hands, but Iron Man. And yes, it is actually Tony Stark's head in there. And yes, Tony Stark does have a double head. Although, unfortunately, the reverse has sort of rubbed off. So he's kind of stuck looking like that. So looking like an angry sod because his other side is rubbed off. But Iron Man, as you can see, I did say he has no hands, but still very nice minifigure. I will replace the hands eventually. So I then have from Batman, Man-Bat. Man-Bat. Couldn't believe it when I saw that in a mixed bag of minifigures at one of my local charity shops. I also have Robin. Again, came in a massive box of mixed Lego. I couldn't quite believe that either. And he actually does have, I believe, some bat printing on him. There you go. And this is actually a kind of a slightly rarer Robin, I believe, because he's got a very short cape. So he's worth quite a bit. I'm not going to tell you exactly how much he's worth, but he is worth quite a bit of money. I then have a sort of classic looking Batman with the blue cape and cowl and hands. So yeah, and I believe there is some bat printing on him too. Yep, there you go. And yes, there was a double-sided head to him. I choose to have a kind of a neutral kind of I'm Batman side. I then have two of the Batman from Lego Dimensions. There they are, and they're the same. So I'm going to show you the back of this one, just to prove they are the same. And then the back of this fella, just to prove that they are in fact exactly the same Batman figure. Yeah, pretty much the same two facial expressions as seen on every Batman figure. I also have, I believe this is the Batman from the Lego movie. I'm Batman. And yes, he's got pretty much the same. Oh, that's not the right expression. I don't like him for that one. I like him all time. I like my minifigures as much as I can, to have a neutral expression. So he's got those two heads, and he's also got some back printing. There you go. So yeah, I think this is the one from the Lego movie. I've also got Green Goblin. This is Green Goblin. I looked it up, and he's just missing his little purple head cap piece. And yes, he does have two sides to his head. Nice. I also have, you can tell I'm trying to save the best one for last in this theme. I also have here Nightwing, and I believe he does have two sides to his head. Yes, there you go, there's one, and there's the one I have on him at all times. Can't believe it when I found him. There's another nice little shine in the dark. And the last of my minifigures, this was the one where my other half was in the room. And when I found this minifigure, I truly geeked out. Because this is a minifigure, one of my favourite, pretty much my favourite comic book villain ever. The Joker! And yes, he does have back printing. And yes, I believe he has a double-sided head. He does. And I'm going to swap that around, actually. No, I prefer the other face. I'm sorry, I just prefer him with his big, wide, goofy smile. Because he is, after all, the Joker. This hairpiece doesn't like sitting straight. There we go, the Joker. I couldn't believe it when I found him. I was like, so yeah, there he is. So that's the superhero sub theme. Literally, yeah, quite large. And then finally, I have this other box here, which just has a whole load of other characters in it. That I, got from various places. So we have here from that big box of mixed Lego, one of the big boxes of mixed Lego we got in the charity shop the other day. My favourite character from The Wizard of Oz, the Tin Man. And he does have his base plate and his heart, but they're in a thing which you'll see later on. So, whoop. So yeah, that's the Tin Man. And yes, he does have some back printing. Yeah. I also have, I actually had two of these, but you'll see why I did one of them later on. This is an astronaut with a yellow head. Love a yellow head on a minifigure. Nice back printing on that one too. Love the helmet. Sorry, my nose is really itchy. Also from the LEGO Dimensions thing I have Wild Style. Also from the LEGO Movie, this is the LEGO Dimensions Wild Style. On that same vein, I also have two of the LEGO Dimensions Gandalf. However, one is complete with his beard and staff. One isn't. I think I can pretty much thank one of the people that I used to live with for that. Yeah. I also have this LEGO construction worker without his hat on. Because I don't have his hat currently, but I do have him. So, yep. I also have, I can't remember who this is, but this incredible looking lady. Kind of cyborg looking lady, warrior looking lady. I can't remember what set she's from, but she has a yellow head, which means she won't have a double-sided face. Yeah. Yep. So then I got this guy, and again I can't remember where he's from, but he's got this really cool kind of helmet thing, it's really cool design. I think he's from Nexu Knights, I think is this guy's theme. That comes up then because he's got a yellow head. Lovely. Oh, back printing. And he's also got, I think, a little bit of leg printing there. That's nice. Whoops, I dropped him. A little bit of leg printing there. That's nice. Keep your helmet up. A little bit of leg. Got a little bit of leg printing there, which is quite nice. I hate when that happens. Should have done so that's one already, but yeah, nice little bit of leg printing. Sorry. I've also got this guy who is a kendo fighter, which doesn't have his helmet at the moment. Yeah. I've also got the lion from Legends of Chima. There's his face. There's his other face. There's his torso and his legs. There's his back. I've also got this kind of robot guy. I'm sorry. I did have what they were in my head, but I've totally forgotten. And if anyone wants to remind me what they are down in the comments, please do. I would be grateful. I don't think he's got another face. No, he hasn't. It's just silver behind his head. Oh, no back printing. I thought I would have carried on the jacket, but no, just front printing on that guy. I also got this Taco Tuesday guy from the Lego Movie. Sadly, he's missing his sombrero, but other than that, why did I do that? I'm not bored. I'm passionate about this stuff. But other than that, yeah, he's all there other than his sombrero. So, Taco Tuesday guy. I've also got from Lord of the Rings, Saruman. And this is actually my original Saruman. From way back when, from the Wizard Battle set. Who remembers that? If I take his hair off, you can see he has got two faces, and this is the only minifigure of Christopher Lee that I currently have. Actually, I've got to take his helmet off, just his hair to show his back printing, which is nice. It's the only minifigure of Christopher Lee that I actually have. Of course, I have to take it off again because otherwise you can't see all of his front printing, which is also very nice. Sorry, as I was saying, this is the only minifigure of a Christopher Lee character that I have. I've said that about 3 times now, I'm so sorry. But I kept, losing focus because I'm trying to can they see it, can they not? Also from Lord of the Rings, I have Arwen, who, admittedly, this isn't her skirt piece. This is the skirt piece for a character called Spider Lady from a collectible minifigure series from a few years ago. but I had no other choice than to put her on that because her actual skirt piece was basically destroyed by someone I used to live with. So, yeah. There's that. I also have this guy I picked up in Smith's Toys as part of an earlier, as part of last year's collectible minifigure series, I believe. The Alien Tourist. I love him. He's got his little hat on and everything. He does also have a camera, but that's somewhere where you'll see it later on. Does he have two heads or one? No, just one face. I've also got this guy who's like I think he's called a zombie businessman for one of the collectible minifig sets as well. Nope, just the one face. Well, you never know. Oh, no back printing. Oh. I've also got this guy whose name has just escaped me, but he does have a kind of a Davy Crockett style hat. It's in one of the things to my my right, which we'll see in a moment. But yep, nice leg printing and back printing and nice printing all around on him. He's got like a beard thing. Love it. I've got, this is called Gargoyle. I think this is one of the collectible minifigure series as well. Got his wings. Nice. I've got Zombie Pirate from one of the collectible minifigure sets. It's the only Lego pirate I currently own. And no, he doesn't have another face, just the one. I mean, he's basically, if you look at that side of him, he's basically a zombie Captain Hook. I do love that he's got a peg leg there. I love that he's got a peg leg. I've got a lady mechanic with Octan written on her shirt. Love minifigures like this. I've got a racing car driver who is also a lady. So there she's in her helmet. Pull the visor up, you can see the lipstick around her eyes. Take that off, you can see her full face. Just that, really. And her racing suit. I do think a red helmet would go better with her. But yep. I also have one of my favourite collectible minifigures, which sadly I didn't get at the time it came out, but I did get from one of my local charity shops just recently. Pig Guy. Take his little piggy head off, you can see that's his face. He's only got the one. Put his little piggy head back on, and there you go. He did have an apple, which he still has. It's just over to my right, one of my storage units, which we'll see in storage vessels, which we'll see in a moment. There's Pig Guy. I also have another racing driver who is male, and again is in an Octan. Who this time was in an Octan shirt, but he is a racing driver. I just stuck his helmet on wonky. I also have a space mechanic. I think it's one of the collectible minifig sets from a few years ago. Nice back printing on her. And again, she only has the one face because she is a yellowhead. Love a yellowhead. I've also got this guy, I think, which is a lady. I'm sorry, this is a lady. I think she's a racing driver of some kind, if I remember rightly. And there she is. And she actually does have a blue hat in the pictures I've seen. So that's why she's got that on. I've also got, from one of my favourite movies of all time, The Goonies. I got this guy years ago, but when I was collecting Lego Dimensions, which I am going to be starting to collect again, because obviously minifigs. This is my favourite character from The Goonies, and I always used to say this guy's catchphrase all the time where I used to live, just to annoy one of the people I used to live with. And I'm sure you'll get it when I say this character's catchphrase, which is, "Hey you guys!" Yep, Sloth. Pretty much my namesake. My nickname is the Sloth, mainly because I'm slow. But yeah, there is this trademark Superman t-shirt. The braces and the t-shirt do go around to the back. His head, with a little tuft of hair. Nice face. I think he's only got the one. Yep, he's only got the one face. Whoops, I've stuck that on wonky. Oh, bugger me, I made it even worse. I'm so sorry. Yep, there we go. That's better. Sloth, love him. Oh, he's a bit stiff. He's gone a bit stiff over the years. That's weird. They normally go loose. Also from Lord of the Rings, I have Gimli. Sadly, he does in fact have two faces. Which is his front? That's his front. If I can just hold on. Let's just pull that off, and I can show you his two faces. So he has neutral face. Obviously, you won't see this usually because it's under his bit. He has neutral face, and he has angry face. Alright, as I said, I like to try and keep my minifigures with a neutral face all the time. So let's pop his beard back on. To where I've got his beard off, you can see there's his back, and there's his front. Lovely. Pop his beard back on. Neutral face, neutral face, neutral face. Now, unfortunately, the one thing he's missing at the moment, again, due to someone I used to live with, is his hat, which is really sad because that would make him a complete minifigure if he had his hat. I don't have his axe either, which I think I also had at one point. So it's due to someone I used to live with basically getting angry with me at one point and just deciding that they would take it out on some of my more treasured possessions. So there is Gimli. I will eventually replace his hat. I also have a crocodile. I think this is also from Legends of Chima. Yep, there it is. The two sides of the face look near enough the same, but trust me, they are slightly different. Put his crocodile head back on. So it's because I'm trying to do this in the viewfinder. It's got nice little printing right down to his little things there. He's got little toe claws. His front, his middle's actually got printing on the waistband bit there, and then on the back. And I've got this snake guy who I can't remember what theme he's from now, but it's just escaped me. I think it's Chima. I could be wrong. Please correct me below if I am. I think he's only got the one face. Yes, he has. Yep, there he is. Cobra guy, though, does have some nice, for a minute, back printing there. Got my hammer on the way. Yep, and also, something I love about this is that he's actually got two different coloured arms, and that is actually genuinely correct to this minifig. So I love that. I also have this guy who is a firefighter scuba diver guy. I just don't have his correct hat at the moment, or helmet thing. So yep. I also have this construction worker who is complete because he has his little hat. Oh, no back printing. I also have another racing driver. And I think this one's male though. Yep, this one's male. So because there's a lack of lipstick around the lips. And again, it's yellow head turning on my face. Yes, the helmet visor does go up and down. Nice printing there. Nice printing there. Again, nice red legs. I also have, I believe this is Kai from Ninjago. And it does only have the one face, which is a really angry expression. Nice front printing there, nice back printing. Yep, nice printing on the helmet. I also have a Lego police officer. Not the original one from 1978, sadly, but yep. Bit of a secret about this guy though, this hat isn't a genuine Lego police hat. I actually got this from okay, hands up. A few weeks ago, just as an experiment, I brought a knockoff Lego set from Poundland, and the minifigure in it was atrocious. But however, this guy, when I originally got him from my charity, one of my local charity shops, again, didn't have a hat. But then I realised this hat would go perfectly with him, and so I took it from my knockoff Lego minifig, which you will not be seeing in this video because I'm not going to be covering anything that isn't genuine Lego. And I put it on him. So just until I can find him a proper Lego police hat. I don't think he has any back printing. No, just the front. I also have, this is again I think one of the collectible minifigure series, an alien. Nice printing on the front of the legs there. Nice printing on the back. Nice green hands and green head. I've got two of him, but one of them has been, shall we say, broken down. And you'll see what I mean by that in a moment. Sorry, just sorting out my phone. I know. Get off your phone while you're filming, Jamie, son. I know. I also have this guy who I think is some kind of firefighter or something. I'm actually going to have to take all his gear off just so you can see his printing properly. There he is. There's his face, there's his front printing, his leg printing. Nothing on the back. So, yeah, I'm now going to put all this stuff back on. I'd probably put the head on first, wouldn't it? And get the head on straight. And the helmet. Yep, there he is, back in his gear again. I love minifigs, though, they come with big gear. mean, it does make them difficult to put into my display case. I'm not gonna lie, because I've got to try and take into account his massive shoulder pads. So it is possible that when I display him, he may not have his shoulder this bit on. He may just have his helmet on, just to, you know. And second to last is this racing driver here, who for some weird reason has a life belt on. I can't explain that at all. Let's have a look at him. Do you know, I may just leave that off, because I don't think that life belt actually goes with him. And so I'll be able to use that and Batman's Batarang to show you my storage devices in a moment. There's his face, by the way, in case you're wondering, with his helmet off. There's his front printing. There's his back printing. There you go, I've mended him. And the last one I've got is actually really appropriate for this time of year, because it is Lego Father Christmas. There he is. Oh yes, I think this is one of the collectible minifigure series as well. Just show you his face quickly without the beard on. Oh god. If I even can, because it is notoriously difficult to get this off. Yep, there we go. He's literally just a standard minifig head, but with yellow little white eyebrows. You can see that. While I've got his beard now off, there's his front printing. Nice white hands. His back printing. Lovely. Let's put him back together. So we put his beard back on. It's actually rubber. I thought it was going to be plastic. It's actually kind of a rubber. Then we put his itchy head. Sorry. We put his head back on. And then finally, his hat. Oh. I'm not even sure which way this is supposed to go on. That way. Okay, there we go. Got it. Lego Father Christmas. So yeah, that's that. That's all of mine and my other half Lego minifigures that we currently have. That's quite a lot of minifigures. I understand that. Hopefully though, this is one of those video series that I will be adding to, because hopefully in the new year we're going to be collecting a lot more of these. Look, want to escape behind the camera. Come here, construction worker. They do tend to run off if you're not careful. Now, I spoke about a storage solution. So, in my other half, I've actually got some of these, a little sort of pallet of box, if you want to call it that, a kind of crate. I don't know. Basically, we've got this set of 12 little glass jars from, I think it was Hobbycraft. And so I decided that I'm going to take some of my duplicates and break them down. So we've got, first jar here, we have heads. There's all sorts of heads in there. There's the heads from the duplicate Spider-Mans I got. There's the spare alien head, as you can see. So, you know, there's all sorts of heads in there from all sorts of figures. That's the minifig heads. There's even a skeleton head in there. Can you see that? Ooh. And weirdly, I don't know why. If anyone can, do you know what? I want to show this off because I want to know if anyone in the comments can tell me what on earth this is supposed to be. But I've got this really weird and random, clear, completely transparent minifig head. If anyone can tell me what that's supposed to be for, I'd love to know. So that's the heads. And next up we have the hair. That's all different hairs in there. And next up we have the torsos. And you can see in here, as you can see, there's actually there in the middle, you can see that there's a random torso that I found in a box of mixed Lego. It's a plain red torso with white hands. If anyone's got any idea what that torso is supposed to go to, please tell me. Legs. What a random legs. Ooh, torsos. Yeah. I had my mother spotted as I was rotating the jar around, but I found this in a massive box of mixed Lego. This is a Lego minifig torso from like, I think it's 1975 or somewhere like that. That's sort of like the early 70s, because this was how they used to do it up until 1978. So this is pre-1978 torso, this. Minifig torso, this, because they used to just do it as this piece here. So this here, a short little stub on the top where the head thing will plop on. No arms, just these stubs. And then the leg slot was massive. So yeah, finding that was a real shot in the dark. And that is genuine Lego. That is not a custom. It is not a remake. It actually has the word, I don't know if you can see that there, you probably can't, but it actually has the word Lego written on the top. So that's a genuine 1970s Lego, early 1970s Lego torso. That's the legs. And then back here we have hats and helmets, and you can see I've actually got a classic Stormtrooper helmet because it's plain white on the inside. We've got that's what I'm looking for. This is dogs, which is basically animals, droids, and other assorted items. So here I've actually got a couple of Star Wars figures I didn't show you earlier because I don't keep them in with the minifigs because I don't consider them minifigs. And one is this. This has actually got black rectangles, hasn't it? Yeah, it has. This is from my Lego Star Wars Advent Calendar from this year. An R2 unit, R7 something. I also got a scrap B1 battle droid. Roger, roger. And a super battle droid. It's really nice. I also got. Please don't make me tip. Please don't make me tip the jar out. Please. I also got in there this tiny little robot thing. If anyone can tell me what this is actually supposed to be, by the way. It's from Star Wars, but I can't remember what it is. So if anyone can tell me what that is in the comments below, I'd be grateful. And I also got my advent calendar, if he'd come here and stop being a pain in the neck. He's in my hand, he's in my hand. By the way, those little animals there are actually spider cats. That came with one of the spider people from the collected minifigure set, Spider-Man India. And then we have a horse, spider horse, come with web slinger Spider-Man, but I keep them in here. There's the Tin Man's base plate and heart, as I said I had. That's the base you're supposed to stand vibes on, which is 25 years of Lego Star Wars. Nice. And then this is the other little tiny minifig, one-piece mold minifig I got from my Advent Calendar this year. Babu Frick. I'm terrible at that voice, I know, but there it is, Babu Frick. So, put all these back. I keep those in there because they are, I don't consider them minifigs. So that's droids, one-piece molds, and other assorted minifigs. We then have, we then have weapons, which is where this is going to go. Batman's Batarang goes into weapons. Yeah, I'm doing this right so far. We then have my other halves jar of spare parts from her Harry Potter Lego. So we've got things like Harry's flipper in there. We've got some bits from her Lego Advent Calendar. We've got the shark heads with Crumb. There's one of a different colour in there. Some goblets. A random yellow hand that I don't know where that came from, but it's in there. So, yep. And then back here I have where I'm going to put this life preserver. This is accessories and all other spare Lego parts in that jar. So yeah, and then of course I've just got 3 empty jars at the end. So yeah, that's accessories and all other spare parts. You can see there's actually some flat white pieces, one of which, there you go, I'm over to show it to you. That, oh, come on. That is actually a little Lego Polaroid that came with Spider-Gwen of her. I think that's Miles Morales. So yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this, and as I said, this is a series of videos that hopefully I will be adding to, because hopefully we'll be getting more Lego minifigures as we go along. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, like what you like, love who you love, be kind to one another, treat one another well, take care of one another, and until next time, see you in the next video. Take it easy.